Hey y'all, welcome back to the second part of Turnaround Tuesday. I am just giving you a little recap of what happened in part one. We did all that canning and we cleaned up the living room just a little bit. Was not perfect, but it is what it is. And we also got a little bit of our kitchen organization done. So now I'm just kind of like sweeping up the mess that I made. But we are going to move on the toddler's room, which is in desperate need of a declutter. You'll see it's just piled with things everywhere, and I can't function in here, so I know he can't. So I'm going to take you along with me. You're going to empty out every single drawer, the entire closet, under the bed, this bin that's next to his bed that we usually use to just put books in when he goes to sleep after we read them, so we don't have to get up to put them on the bookshelf. I think we ended up getting rid of about 2 totes at least worth of stuff out of this room, whether it was clothes that he had grown out of, toys, everything in between. So I'm going to show you all of our dirty little secrets, which are that we keep things for way too long. And then later we are going to continue to deep clean the kitchen, which was also desperately needed. I don't know why it took me so long to do these things, but you know how life goes sometimes. The list just gets put on the back burner and other things take precedent. So today we are going to do the hard things that we don't really want to do and get it done together. Looks like we have a lot of books. It's because we do, but a lot of these were passed down or gifted. For birthdays, we asked for books to be signed from friends and family instead of cards because it's something that we can actually tangibly use. But I'm really starting to want some new books around here, so if you have any good recommendations for 4 to 6 year olds for books, please leave them in the comments, especially Christmas books. We really want some good faith-based books for Christmas. So if you have any good recommendations on those, please leave them below for me so I can get some. pieces of this teepee that we have away in this bag because the teepee has been dismantled and used as lightsabers recently. So I'm going to try and get it out of sight, out of mind. Speaking of out of sight, out of mind, this is where we keep our sensory bins, is under his bed. I don't know how we've never really had an issue with him pulling them out and dumping them everywhere. I know maybe I'm crazy for keeping them here, but it's always worked for us. I don't know. They're going to go right back under there because that's where he knows to find them, but he never really takes them out. So, who knows? Maybe I'm just lucky, or maybe I'm crazy. Got destroyed, so we opted for these little foam workout mats from Sam's Club, and I really love them, and they're super easy to clean because we can just run a steam mop over them. Now I'm opening, well, you see, it's half mine, half his. I don't know how it stayed this way for this long, but we're gonna tackle it now. It's so bad. The red balloon. Pew! So we're going to take everything out, wipe it down, and start from scratch. And here's the rest of the teepee. You can see that all the legs are gone and the lights were actually still on too.
In your drawers, or do you want them hanging up so you can see them better? Would you rather have a stool in here and get your stuff off hangers, or would you rather them be in the drawers? You want it to be in the drawers. Okay.
So what we ended up doing was exactly what he wanted. We put all of his t-shirts into his drawers, which you'll see here in a little bit. The only clothes we left were collared shirts, so his nicer clothes, and the things that are out of season, so any of his sweatshirts or long sleeve shirts. And everything else goes into the drawer, and that way he can get himself dressed and be a little bit more independent.
What does perfect even mean? Is there even such a thing? Ooh, can we switch up all the rules and imagine a utopia? Darling, I'm just so fed up with these expectations. They keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to see.
The clothes you saw on the floor was everything that no longer fits, which makes me incredibly sad. It's the most bittersweet thing when they get bigger, but now I'm going to be putting everything back into the dresser. So I'm folding off his pajamas and putting them in there. He loves to pick out his pajamas, so I try to make everything accessible. And then we're going to start folding all the t-shirts that he asked to go into his dresser as well.
With the way we're told to have a certain face, a certain weight, because we aren't pixels on a screen. No, we're human, we breathe. Every single thing we see curated, it's overrated. These expectations, they keep weighing me down. My heart is begging me to get the hell out of my head. I'm gonna live inside the upside down for a minute and pretend, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, honey, I'm a perfect 10. Whoa, and if I say it enough, it gets ingrained in my head, and I start to think, honey, I'm a perfect.
I am obsessed with these drawer organizers. They are from IKEA. We got them when we got this dresser, which is also from IKEA, when I was pregnant, and they are a game changer, and they were only like $5, which I really appreciate because I don't need expensive things to make things organized. I just need them to work. And these are great because these drawers are really deep, so things would just get lost if I didn't have these. And while I'm on the topic of this dresser, if you are getting ready to have a baby, you need this dresser. If you are a little bit crunched for space like we were, this thing was a game changer. It has a little border around the top, so we actually drilled our baby changing mat onto the back of it so it wouldn't fall, and we made our own little changing table. I'll put the name of it in the description box because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it is so good. I've talked so many of my friends into getting this as their baby changing table. Tuesday wouldn't be a turnaround Tuesday if I didn't change my sheets, because that is what I do every single Tuesday, no matter what.
So embarrassing, but it's real life. Sorry.
I am, of course, referring to the madness that has become my fridge. We had some people over and a box of beer got stuck to one of the shelves, and ever since then, oh my gosh, it's so bad. You know, there's nothing like a fridge after having a get-together. Everything just gets messed up. And my cute little puppy laying in the background, I love him so much. So we're just taking this little plastic razor and very diligently scraping all of this off. It took longer than I'd care to admit. It took many layers of cleaning spray and lemon essential oil to get this off. Yes, that shelf is broken, and yes, I am missing a shelf in my fridge. Like I said, this is real life, and I keep all of my condiments and sauces in a drawer, and I try to keep all of my vegetables out on the shelves instead of the condiments, because or else the vegetables, they just get forgotten about, let's be honest. As you've seen in previous videos, I have a very small galley style kitchen with, I think we have maybe 4 drawers. So the way this silverware drawer is working, it wasn't working, and it was taking up a lot of space having that big flat. So I found this really cool organizer at HomeGoods, I think. So I'm gonna redo it and take everything we don't need out, give it a good scrub, and you'll see how much better it works in the end. I love this organizer. You should definitely get one. I'm really happy with how this drawer turned out. This is all the stuff that we took out of it, don't even ask me. It's just a hodgepodge mess. It was a really nice day, so we decided to go down to the park and the creek and just kind of take a little walk. It was really nice because I know it's about to be cold again. I'm really not looking forward to it, but it was such a nice little quiet time, especially while the Roomba finished vacuuming up, because that thing was running over my toes every 5 minutes. We got back home, I steam mopped the floors. As you can see, my house is not perfectly clean after today. It's not supposed to be. Today is the day to get things done that are big tasks. And, you know, whatever you don't get to is totally fine. It can happen another day. Don't give yourself too much. Look at my chair. It's got a whole pile of like 8 loads of laundry on it. It's fine. It'll be okay. The house isn't going to catch a blaze if you can't get to something today. My sheets were finally dry, and there's nothing I love more than getting into my bed after a long day of cleaning and it just being so fresh and cozy. We took a dinner break in between, so you'll see it gets dark here in a second when I go get the comforter, because that thing takes forever in the day to dry. But I hope you enjoyed this Turnaround Tuesday. Let me know if you like the 2 parts. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you have a blessed week. I'm going to bed. Toodles!